so when I'm smoking.
Hello. There you go. All right. Just went for a bit of a drive today, didn't we?
Bit of a drive, that's an understatement.
Drove from a place called Ceduna in South Australia to Coolgardie in Western Australia. About 1,400 kilometres, just up the road. We're a bit knackered now though. We had a big feed, went to a pub, Butte pub here in Coolgardie. Old pub, probably built turn of the century of 18 something or other, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Can of meal, coldie, and we're back at the luxurious campsite in a disclosed location called Coolgardie.
And I disclosed style accommodation called a caravan.
Yeah, it's all right. Let's grab my coffee. There you go. Very friendly country towns in WA. Got some Butte footage. Got some Butte footage of the Australian Bight. Well, Mandy did, while I was driving. Magnificent. The ocean. You're in the middle of the desert, and then all of a sudden on your left-hand side pops the ocean, the Great Ocean. Literally from there straight out to sea is Antarctica. So it was a good trip though, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a drop there. Oh yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? Right there.
I tell you what is not very appreciated here is the fucking bull ants, about 1.5 inches long. Big bastards. Yeah, so we drove from Ceduna, Blinky, all the way through to Coolgardie. That's where the Coolgardie safe comes from, as you say. The first fridge in the goldfields. But the town's not what it used to be. There's only, say there's another pub or just hers? The other pub doesn't open full time, does it?
No.
Used to be 24 pubs in Coolgardie. Now there's one. She's just selling it, by the way. But the building's magnificent. It's got God knows how many rooms upstairs. You know, the old pub type bars and kitchen. $500,000, Blinky, for the whole lot. You couldn't build it for 3 or 4 million. You know where Kalgoorlie is? Well, Coolgardie's always been its poor cousin, but Coolgardie's on the road.
Johnny P, Google it.
Go JP. Yeah, just went for a gentle drive up the road, JP. Ceduna to Coolgardie, 1,400 kilometres. But that's the bulk of it out the way. You know, got the Nullarbor done in a day. Weather was great. Really, really, really good. Got a shovel? You can dig up that ancestor.
Oh yeah.
Probably not a smart idea. You can tell them I'm detecting. You know the one. I can't tell them too much more, can I, Blinky? But it'd be worth a few bob if we found it.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot.
Done more. My biggest drive ever was.
The problem was, Blinky, like accommodation's accommodation, but some of it.
Pretty daggy.
One where we were going to stop. Where was that?
Cocklebiddy.
Cocklebiddy. Geez, you want to say that right? I'm just so tired.
Yeah, Cocklebiddy.
You actually had to walk quite a way to go to the toilet or have a shower. You only got a bed or something in your room. And the flies were
Well, interesting.
and it was 30 degrees, which that's okay.
Yeah, that's not hot.
Can cope with the flies, can shoo them away, but I pee so much at night, and to have to walk.
Yep, there would have been a snail trail between the cabin and the dunny.
Yeah, I just did 6 months of having to use an outside toilet. I don't want to go back to that.
We actually left, you reckon it was wild and woolly in Warrnambool, Blinky. It was gale force winds in Ceduna. We had a beautiful little cabin next to the ocean. Just right, we've got some good video. We obviously couldn't put it up because there is no internet.
We've had no internet, so
We just,
yeah.
yeah, so there's a few A few videos coming up. Some good stuff, some shit. But in amongst it, if you enjoy it, good. But it's been a good trip. But the weather in Warrnambool was a bit rugged, but in Ceduna it was worse, Blinky. If you can imagine that. Like the bad weather followed us. But it's a nice night here. Would it be about 30 degrees still?
Yeah,
About 30 degrees here.
bit windy.
Wind's blowing. Like I say, the wind follows us everywhere now. We'll be known as the windy pair. Got about 100k winds in Ceduna.
Oh my God, and 2 of the truck drivers today. Did you drive through a dust storm? Yes, a little one.
But we drove through a couple of good thunderstorms. They were beauties.
And good thunderstorms, yeah. We were keeping an eye on the motorbike rider in front of us. He ended up pulling off over.
Yeah, there was lightning going around everywhere.
One of the trucks, Blinky, JP. We were driving down the road and I'm looking and I said, talking out loud as if the truck driver's going to hear me. He was coming from the opposite direction. Get on your own damn side of the road. Next thing,
It was half on our side.
half on our side.
And I'd
Alan's
already picked
right
a
on the
spot.
shoulder.
You know what you do? You pick a spot in the bush that you're
Yeah.
going to head.
Honestly, this
And I
truck.
just got to the shoulder onto the dirt, and then he realised, fuck, I'm asleep or whatever it was.
The back of his truck must
Just
have hit
misses.
missed the back of our car by inches.
Yeah,
And when we looked in the rearview mirror, he was like on the other side of the road.
yeah, he was completely on our side of the road then because he'd overcompensated. And, you know, the trucks pulled him back over. But I'd already picked a spot in the bush. It would have been a bit rugged, but I prefer to do a bit of a bouncing and crashing and whatever in the dirt than hit a 100-ton truck straight up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah.
exactly right. And then I
Yeah.
was worried because there was we overtook a four-wheel drive with a caravan. It was, JP, honestly, because I'm not exaggerating. The back of his semi-trailer inches from the back of our car.
I didn't want to damage the Porsche, you know what I mean? Tucker would be pissed off.
And then I'm thinking about this four-wheel driving caravan that we overtook, thinking, oh my God, I hope this truck's up back on his side of the road.
But we only had, between Ceduna and here in Coolgardie, 1400 k's. Only ever had one car overtake us. It's not that I'm a mad driver, but it's Sunday, so there's less traffic on the road, which is a great time to travel.
But since we've been sitting here out the front, because we're on the main road heading to Perth, there's already been about 10 trucks go past, so
Yeah,
we
they're
picked
ready for Monday.
timing. Yeah, we picked timing pretty good actually.
so we've only got about 5 hours to travel tomorrow, but we're probably going to pull up in a couple of country towns we know. Might even stay in one of them overnight, eh?
Yeah, well, Northam.
Northam is a nice little town. But big day, got all the, like I say, got the Nullarbor pushed out of the way. Very little traffic, which was good. Except one truck who was half asleep. But we just nibbled on and off. Didn't have anything major. Sandwich. What else?
That's it, all I had.
I had a couple of roadside dim sims, which is always taking your life in your own hands. Yeah, looking forward to getting home. Northam, yeah, that's where your auntie lived. Yeah, it's a nice old town, Northam. It's actually doing all right at the moment because it's a big centre now. Because it's not that far from Perth.
Yeah. After 6 months, JP, yeah, I'm excited to see the kids and the grandkids.
Yep, wet sheet company. Actually, Coolgardie's just on the edge of the desert, but there's farming all the way through, even though it's a bit marginal. But as close as you get to Perth, you get fairly good grazing land. More trucks. Man, some big bogies on the road today. 4 trailers and all. Couldn't count the wheels, there was too many of them. What we got here? When did we get here? It was still daylight when we got here, wasn't it?
Just, not
Yeah.
really.
We left at sunrise in South Australia and we got here in sunset. But we did gain 2.5 hours. We actually went through 3 time zones. South Australia. Now, eastern Western Australia has a separate time zone. No, didn't hit any animals, but we saw some beauties.
I missed 2 good videos.
Dead pig. Mandy got good videos of some emus and their babies.
But that's all. I'm sitting there with the camera for hours on end, ready to go. Put it down for a break. I miss a good video of an eagle.
And a dingo.
And a dingo.
I missed a snake, went over the middle of it, so I didn't kill it. I saw a mountain devil, you know, the spiky ones. We saw racehorse goanna. Saw kangaroos, saw lots of dead kangaroos. Shitloads of dead kangaroos, by the way. What else? Oh, just out of one town, about 8 or 9 pink and greys all killed in the one spot. You know they flock all together? Well, obviously a truck came through and cleaned a whole patch of them up.
What's that?
Yeah, I did too last time I went in. The door's giving her a zap. Mountain devil is a short, stumpy, if you actually Google it, Western Australia mountain devil, it's about 4 or 5 inches long. It's got spikes all over it, little lumps on its neck and little spikes coming off, but you can pick them up. They're not like spiky to your hand,
To have a shower.
but they're pretty good. Yeah, so we saw a lot of dead animals. Saw 2 dingoes. During the middle of the day you don't get to see much. If you hang around till dusk you get to see heaps. Like where we went through today is just full of kangaroos now, so that's why you pick your time. And also, if you're smart, and in one of the videos I mentioned it, if you're in bad Roo country, what you do is you find a truck that's doing about 110k and you sit up about 50-60 feet behind it, because he becomes your battering ram. Doesn't mean you won't hit a kangaroo, but it minimises it. So a little tip if you're driving in the bush in Australia for a long distance, find a truck that's doing a decent speed and sit about 60-70 feet, because most of the time all you see is the kangaroos bounce off the front of his truck with his rhubarb and they don't hit you. Like I say, it doesn't guarantee it, but it's better than going solo without a rhubarb. Anyway, this is a pretty short video. A, we're tired. B, yeah, it'd be the same as moose, I guess. And also camels. Yeah. Millions of the bastards in Australia, camels. What? Oh, I don't know. But we'll put a few videos up in the next couple of days, so you get to see what we got up to. Other than that, we can cruise home now, but we're gonna probably spend a day or night in Northam. It's a beautiful little town. Have a look around, and then head back to Perth, which is only about an hour and a half away from there. We could get home tomorrow, but we're just going to take it easy. No, we do. There's more camels in Australia than anywhere else. Just Google it. I'm not making it up. There's fucking millions of them. We export them. We sell camels to Saudi Arabia. Seems a bit weird, doesn't it? But it's true. But the pub we went to, the old one, was built in the 1850s. You might know more than me, Blinky. It's the main pub in the main street of Coolgardie. But I can't remember his name. Big old verandas, big corner pub like the old ones. But about 1850 I think it was built. Solid big limestone walls, double story, massive. 500,000 she's selling it for. You seriously couldn't build it for 3 or 4 million. But them's the booms and busts of the mining in Western Australia. 15, 20 years ago, that place would have gone for about 8 to 10 million, easy, because it was booming. But things are pretty quiet, other than the trucks going past in the main street. I don't see many other people here. She told me there's only 600 people that live here now, Blinky. That's mainly all the old folk. Alright, I think I'll bugger off. Probably bored you enough anyway, but yep, so we've been without internet, travelling a lot, big day today, cruisy next couple of days, and we'll be back home. But if you're there, g'day, and we'll catch up with you in the near future. Alright, see you guys.